Hi there and welcome to the first of our videos on sight singing and trying to learn about how music looks, how it sounds and how the pitches relate to each other is something that we are trying to do more and more in our rehearsals so that we become better musicians and better singers. And in fact the key to being a really good musician and a really good singer is to be a really good listener. So when we're sight singing, what we're actually trying to do is think about what that note sounds like in our heads before we sing it. And that is key to really good singing in a choir or even singing on your own at home. So what we're going to do first of all, we're going to look at our solfege note scales, which we use a lot in our rehearsals, but we're just going to go from do to la. Now, if you already know the hand symbol for each of the notes, then join in. If not, you can learn with me. So we've got do, we've got re, we've got mi, we've got fa, we've got so, and we've got la. And that's as far as we're going to go, and then we're going to go back down to do. So if there's do after me, ready, 1, 2. Do, re, mi, fa, so, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. Let's do that one more time. Ready, and off we go. Do, re, mi, fa, so, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. Now this time I'm going to sign each of those notes again, but I want you to sing them in your head. I want you to hear the notes in your head without singing them out loud. Now this is called audiation, and it's a really important part of singing and learning how to sight sing. So if I just give you the note to begin with, we're going to sing all of these notes in our head. Off we go. Could you hear them? Could you hear them in your head? Because I hope you could. That will really, really help with what we're going to do next. Because as well as giving each of the notes a hand symbol so that we can understand the relationship between the notes in a scale, for example, like we just did, we can use those and translate those into notes on the stave. Now, if you already read music a little bit, you'll notice that I've only got 3 lines here, and normally we would see more than that. But actually, for the purpose of learning how to sight sing, certainly to start off with, it doesn't really matter how many lines we have. In fact, it doesn't even matter what the actual letter names are. So we're just going to use them as do, re, mi, rather than the letters that they actually might be if you were learning the piano or the flute, for example. And when you learn to read music, you'll know that a note can either be on a line or it can be in a space. And that if we start on a line, the next note in the scale has to be in a space. And then we get to a line, and then we get to a space, and then we get to a line, and then we get to a space. And you'll notice here that I've got 6 notes, just like we had 6 notes here that we've already sung. And we can call this one do. So if this one is do, then this must be re, and this must be mi, and fa, and so, and la. Just in the same way that we sung using our hand symbols, we can still use these hand symbols to help us work out what the notes are. So this time we're going to sing do to la, back to do, but we're going to follow the notes on our little stave. So are we ready? After 2, 1, 2, do, re, mi, fa, so, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. Now underneath you'll notice I've got also 6 notes, but this time instead of starting on a line, I've started in a space. So we go space, line, line, space, line. And in fact, if we were to call this do, in just the same way, the other notes would follow suit. And we would sing up to la and back down to do again. But this time we're just starting with a note on a space instead of a note on a line. So we can sing exactly the same thing from here. Here we go. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Okay, let's try one more time, but this time silently, like we did. I'm going to go back to the top stave. So I want you to hear the notes and see the notes without actually singing it out loud this time. Ready? After 2. 1, 2. Could you hear it? Can you sing me do again? Do. Well done. That note is still in your head. And this is what it's all about. We're trying to get you to understand how the notes work, how they sound, and how they sound in your head before you actually sing them out loud. All right, this time I want you to sing along with me, but I'm going to just give you a little bit of a space to sing a note as I point to it. So I'm going to go forwards and back up, back down, and I want to see whether you can actually sing the note that I'm pointing to. We'll start with do. We would use the second stave this time. So here's do. Are you ready? So as I point to each of the notes, I want you to sing me that note, and then I'll sing it as well, and hopefully we've matched the pitch. So, are we ready? Do, re, do, re, mi, re, do, re, mi, fa, mi, do. I just caught you out at the end there, hopefully not too much, but actually, apart from the very, very last note, all of the notes that we sung were next door to each other. But then at the end, we missed out re, and we went all the way back to do. And this is what we're going to look in our next video. We're going to look at how we can start to understand the gaps between the notes. So if we know what do sounds like, we can work out what mi sounds like and what so sounds like without necessarily having to always sing through the different scales and all of the notes in the scales. So keep practicing do to la, practicing with the hand signals going up and down, and if you've got someone else in your house, maybe you could silently show them some notes and see whether they can sing them back, or maybe draw your own stave like this and have a little practice at singing some of the notes backwards and forwards, and maybe even like at the end there, missing some notes out as well. So until the next video, enjoy your singing and have a go at some sight singing. Bye for now.